Lights are turned on.
Yes.
It's recording.
We're formatted.
And we're filming.
I'm Morey White.
I'm Jake Schriner.
Bob Nelson.
We could start over. I'm Tracey White.
Never start over. I'm Pastor Johnny Leckie, and this is the Such As It Is Compass Conversation podcast.
The unexpected podcast.
The unexpected. Tales of the unexpected. We will follow you. You have the name above every name. We will follow you, King Jesus.
No, I had all the ducks are in a row. Might as well roll with it. And
we're back.
And we're back. Look at this. Somebody brought a beverage. Mine's water this time. Mine's vodka.
It's gonna be real talkative.
It'll get less lucid as the conversation. No, it's not.
no, wait. Yeah, I was totally on the wrong. We were on this camera while we were all over here.
That's right. That's great. Okay. It's like the sinking ship. But
I'm Jack. You be Rose. You get the door.
I don't think so.
There was enough room on the door. I know.
That's a horrible one. Anyway.
Yeah, because you already knew the end whenever you started the movie.
Well, that was okay. All right, I'm not gonna get started. We're not gonna get off on this. Okay.
Should we start again?
No, we just started. We're here. Welcome, friends. We're
That's
here.
my camera not going. That's funny.
It's just one of those things. Podcast. It is what it is.
My IT department got hold of my phone apparently.
All right. So which camera is on right now? Do we know?
Just that one.
What's up?
You want to do it again?
No, I don't. Stop asking.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
We're not 8 minutes in yet. Then we
You
can start
can ask
over.
again if you want to.
I won't do it.
Would you like to start again?
So Morey, how you doing?
Hey, just kidding. So all right. There's the great Morey White. We're in Dallas Cowboys.
How are the Dallas Cowboys?
They are playing tonight
Yeah.
against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ah,
And
you know
so-
what? My son is in Philadelphia.
He
And he's
is.
a giant Cowboys fan. And they really.
They love
Gives them
their
the hardest
Eagles
time.
over there. So
Yeah.
I could see that would be. So
Will this be the Cowboys' first loss of the season, or
they lost their
fourth
first game.
loss of the season? Oh, how many games have they played?
Broncos?
2.
Oh, so it'll be their second loss.
They won. No, they've already played 2.
Oh,
They won 1.
oh, they did. Oh, that's kind of like the Broncos.
Well, see, they almost won the first one,
really?
Yeah.
but they gave Brady the ball back with 1:40 something left.
Well, that's
So
dumb.
you can't do that.
Welcome back to Sports Talk.
Okay, yeah.
This conversation.
Sorry, spitting here. I apologize for
All
that.
right. You spit on my cup, did you?
No, I hope not, because I haven't been feeling well, Johnny. So
I botch your ears.
Shucks my ears. It's droplets.
All right, just kidding. Morey White, how are you, man? That's where we started, and I interrupted with your shirt.
You know, it was kind of a rough day. It was Monday. Things went on at work. Other things going on. But again, I am blessed to be here with you guys.
For sure.
There's also some very amazing blessings and neat things that I've seen lately. Some work's being done in people's lives. It makes me very happy. So,
All right.
God is good.
And we know you don't feel well. You mentioned you got a headache going on.
I do. I have a cluster
You're
headache.
here anyway.
Yeah, I'm here.
We'll try not to make you think too much.
Should we lower the lights?
Oh, thinking that ain't gonna.
So our source of entertainment tonight, Morey White. Okay, so wait. Who knows what he's doing?
I may drool.
Just don't spit anymore. All right, so.
He's at me, dang it.
All right.
That was rude.
All right.
I had my shower.
Jake Schriner, how are you, sir? Welcome.
I'm good. Thank you. Yeah. No, I'm good. Just typical Monday stuff. Big thanks to the guy on my left here. He recommended someone to call in for an interview, and he called me today. So we're gonna interview the guy tomorrow. Hopefully we can help him out. Hope it's a good fit, because we're in need of someone to work in the steel yard, and he's in need of a job. So it's that's perfect, right? Exactly. Yeah, that's a good starting point. Yeah. So it'll be good. So we'll interview him tomorrow, and hope everything works out, and we'll get him working out in the yard. So it'll be great. But
Nice.
That's awesome.
yeah, and things at home are going well. Harper's doing well, Clef's doing well, so things are on the up and up.
How far did she string out the, it's my birthday, can I stay up?
I ended that after her birthday. There was no, last Tuesday, her birthday was last Monday. Tuesday, it was no more, it's not still your birthday. Like, goodness.
Well, it's all about Halloween now. I'm like, what are you going to be? Make stuffins!
Oh, my mom's on this kick of making her all of her Halloween outfits. She made her Raggedy Ann last year, and then I can't remember what we did the year before. Not that we really did anything the year before, but so my mom got her a Doc McStuffins outfit that she's super excited about. Nice. Yes, so she'll be looking forward to that. You guys we'll all get to see it at the trunk or treat or whatever we're calling it. Yeah,
the glow and go.
The glow and go. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good deal.
So we'll be there. That'll be a lot of fun.
Right on.
So.
Awesome, Jake. Glad you're here as always. To your
kids show, bro.
Kids show, bro.
Kids show.
Since kids show, bro.
It's like it's a kids show about a vet.
Oh.
Takes care of animals.
Okay.
Little girl's the doctor, Doc McStuffins.
Doc McStuffins, cool.
Yeah.
Cute-ometer.
The closest I get to that one is the, from the Minions. Is it Minions? I think it's Minions. Yeah, no,
Say it more correctly.
Gru. It is Gru. Despicable Me 3, I think. He's not fluffy!
Oh, yeah, the
little girl, the unicorn.
The unicorn.
Yeah.
What a segue. Bob Nelson, how are you, sir?
I'm fluffy.
Feeling fluffy.
It was kind of a weird day, right?
I'm just going to keep my hand right here.
Oh, I just sucked on the straw and went, burp.
You have a drinking problem.
I have a drink.
You have this drinking problem. Okay, moving on. It was kind of a weird day, right before I, had my Q3 check-in with my interim manager to find out everything's great. My job's going well, everything's fine, all that's great. Really on track for a good year for a bonus and all that jazz. Yeah. Right before that, I got a text from my friend. His mom had died. She was a longtime neighbor. I didn't realize they'd been in the house or the unit since like 2006. We moved in 2003, so they've been there for an age. Mm-hmm. And her husband passed away 2 years ago. And then she's been slowly declining and then really rapidly declining in the last couple of months. So so she passed away, and it was a really hard hit this morning. So
I'm sorry.
So but we did get to minister to the family a lot through that, and so it was
awesome.
Yeah, and see through while they were living and then through all of this. So yeah, it's been a good friendships. But it's still a sad day.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
We're not immune to sadness by any stretch of the imagination, but we do understand that God works all situations for His good.
Yep.
Except IT.
That could be good.
She's out there going,
teaching you patience.
She's out there going, I just don't get this. Why did I create that? Just kidding.
Wah, wah. All right, moving along. Tracey White, how are you, sir?
I did laugh and joke with the IT guys whenever they were connected to my computer and going, oh, kind of thing. So, yes, I was taught patience today.
Did the IT crew say turn it off and turn it back on again?
That was the problem, wasn't it?
No, it was already elevated past that level. So,
Did you tell them your cup holder was broken?
No, I explained that mine doesn't even have a cup holder.
I know.
Where's the cup holder?
What's sad is now that's a dated joke. You know what
I know. It is so horrible. But on the upside, some of the issues I was dealing with as far as the development process goes last week, and it is IT related, is that I do have a laptop from work that's not part of the domain, so it doesn't have all that security stuff on it, and I was successfully able to push to a Android device today, and it worked. And
great.
So I was real excited about that. So now I get to do my project that is still due at the same time, even though I've been working all this time. That's no big deal. Johnny,
Just ramping all up.
how are you?
But before we
Really?
move on to Johnny, it's really interesting, you know, bro. We meet here once a week, and it's really neat because you come off a drill weekend, and he's all baby face, and then
Oh, yeah,
he
he gets
grows his
scruffed up.
goatee as
Dude, I'm
during
gonna
the
let
month.
this is gonna go until November.
Till no,
I'm gonna cut it
Oh.
off in November because I don't have a drill weekend in October
There you go.
because we're gonna be on a cruise. All these years, I have never asked for a drill weekend off. All these years, and
now.
I've been in 31 years, and so whenever the commander was like, I was like, don't grumble. So
Yeah.
anyway, Johnny.
That is funny, before I talk about myself. Yes, you can go through the thumbnails of all the podcasts and just go back to the facial hair.
Does the
It's
beard
like, it's like he's like, it gets grown out. This is just like bald everywhere. And then it's going back in pieces.
It's
fun to watch.
Jake's gone a little longer, a little thinner.
Well, that's true. Jake is too.
So
Yeah. It's just because I'm lazy with my shaving. That's why it
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
that's why I have some over here.
I'm fine. It's a typical Monday, right? So that always means,
Fixing kiddos and
yep.
stopping them from peeing in the corner.
Well, not,
Maybe not successfully.
He was a spit on at school, now he's getting spit on here.
yeah, I stopped bothering me. That's why. I mean, sometimes I have slobber up my arm. It's just the weirdest thing. But no, but yeah, it was fine today. I mean, there was. You guys don't keep hearing these stupid kids. I mean, I have to. I have to censor it so much, you know, because of privacy and families and kids. But there's just this one kid. Let me just put it this way. I'll tell this story later when I'm talking about be doers of the word and not hearers only. Mm-hmm. Because there's this one kid, and they get off of the bus, and I'm waiting with the clipboard. And on the clipboard is printed this page that they have to sit down next to me. Okay, let's start here. You read this out loud. I keep my hands to myself. I do not hit. I do not scratch. I do not spit. I do not kick. I can use my words to, you know, it's like,
Wow.
So we started that way. Oh, great, it's going to be a great day. Let's go. Okay, before breakfast is over, they've already pinched the heck out of some kids.
Spit on someone.
And as but they sometimes it's like, wait, no. I do not hit. I do not. I do not. It's like, what is the Three Stooges going? What is going on? So yeah, just throughout the whole day, and then that Sunday. I don't know. Anyhow, so yeah, so that kind of thing all day, off and on. But tomorrow, see, I think that, well, before I get to tomorrow, it has to start with last night. It was like last night I picked up Leona from the airport, and that was I was supposed to get her at a little bit before 10. So by about almost 10:30, right? So she finally able to get her house. They've shut down the tram. Is that right? Do you know?
Yeah, they're
Sure.
Construction or something?
Yeah, they've been having issues with the train. There's all that construction going on, and yeah.
Yep. So she had to walk a lot farther, so it took her longer to get out to where the car was and everything. But yes, by the time we got home, you know, it's 10:45. By the time I'm actually ready to get to sleep, it's like 11:30, and then getting up and going into the day. So
you're tired.
Well, you guys know how I hate taking naps in the day, right? Because it's like you have to wake up twice in the day.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. So unless it's like a real cat nap, 10, 15 minutes, your brain just kind of resets, and then you're like, oh yeah, cool. Drink some coffee 15 minutes before or something. But today I just had to shut it down. So I did it for a good 45 minutes or so. So
Nice.
it was not the reset. I'm still a little groggy, but it's not as bad as it has been. But anyway, Leona's back. Her mom is better than she had been the last time. No, she's better than she was, and but not as good as she was the last time Leona had seen her. So she's still progressing along. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah.
All right.
That very kid, I will go back to this real fast. That kid, no, they didn't urinate in a corner today. Which is always a good day.
Isn't that the same list we have on Sundays?
Yeah. That's right. I
Well,
make
not
sure
yet.
that Maury, remember Maury.
Am I the only one that
People out here don't know it, but
They
you
don't
read
know it.
all of that before we go live.
Before we start this,
Benny.
before we start church, remember guys, no pee in the hole. No. But this kid did. Let me just put it this way: they went home in a whole new set of clothes. Let's leave it at that.
Oh my.
All right.
Jiminy crickets.
Yep.
I know. No other pastor in America gets to tell these stories.
How about them Cowboys?
How about the Cowboys? All right, so we went through the weekend. Let's talk about some of that. What's up? You guys want to say?
We had Big Sunday yesterday.
We did.
That was a lot of fun.
Went very well.
It went kind of long. I didn't need for it to go so long, but
I thought it was
I
great
enjoyed it still.
because, and I think it was fun. Doing the Lord's Supper and everything was really, nice.
Yes.
So, and so we had the music, we had, a great lesson, we had the Lord's Supper, and I think and then some good fellowship.
Yeah, and there was
So-
a number of folks there. We hadn't seen in a few weeks.
Yeah,
So that was great too.
That was awesome.
Julie really teased me after because I didn't realize it, but I grabbed her hand and we walked up there to, get the stuff for the Lord's Supper and I had her hand and I was trying to keep her behind me, but I was pulling her hand like across her body.
One more time, the Lord's Supper.
So she did that to me when we went to lunch.
How do you like that? Oh, goodness.
She was cracking up.
That was funny. Now, see, I watched the stream after, because I always do a review anyway, sometime after the service. And there were a number of times Julie was cracking up and looking at you during the service, so I don't know what she was doing. Who knows, right?
What was she laughing about?
There was one time she was laughing because she was right behind me, and it was like...
Oh, yes,
Her
yes.
scream was just like she would disappear behind me.
That's right.
I was thinking you, her and Melissa should have lined up and.
Oh, that would have been great. Next time.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not?
Oh, my.
I mean, it worked for the Temptations, right?
So I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so
I don't know if I have an answer tonight, but...
we're talking about the fingers in the ear, the spit, and the tongue. The spit part, I always
Why does it keep coming back to spit?
I always thought it was one of those
Started.
That's sort of
Kind of thing.
I've kind of.
yeah, like fingers in the ears and but did he? Is that what he? I mean, do we know? I mean,
wanna read it?
obviously we weren't
Let's read
there,
it.
but
It says it. It says exactly what it
And
is.
then, well, I mean, when you do that, it says. I would imagine it would say, licked his fingers, or something like
He
that.
says he
But
spit and touched the guy's tongue. That doesn't.
spit and touched his tongue.
For-
So that was. I mean, not that it's important to the story. It's just whenever I'm visualizing this.
Let's see.
in
Let's
my
look at it
brain.
again. Let's make sure we're all right here. I'm going to read the Bible correctly.
Well, why would we?
Well, I got to thinking about
Put his
that.
fingers in his ears and he spit.
I got to thinking about this. This was the thick tongue guy. Couldn't understand what he's saying.
Right.
And, so there was a physical contact was probably more explanatory to the guy. What was, so.
True. Yeah, he was
Or,
blind as well.
the
so-
ears and.
Well, I'm thinking, Johnny, you brought
I
up
see what you're
that
saying.
also the fact that this guy was probably a Gentile, right, and a capitalist, and,
Very, very likely.
right, and,
Most likely.
and so Jews don't do that. I think that sends just a great message of Jesus' love for people. No other Jew is going to touch you, but I love you, and so I'm going to demonstrate this healing through the power of touch, And I think that makes it really authentic and probably sends a message to the other folks that were witnessing it. But yeah.
But he was
That was-
all, but
that
he
was
was
what I
all by himself. He did take him aside.
Well, again,
Well,
I
that
didn't
doesn't
do as
mean-
much. It didn't mean there was nobody there. Just
Right.
him and the
There
guy.
wasn't a crowd.
But he pulled him aside. His disciples were there. There were still a few people there.
You know
But
that-
the crowd wasn't right there.
Right.
Because
Yes.
he does eventually. We didn't get to this, but he does call the crowd. That happens a few minutes later. But he does call them to gather around.
Yeah, I love to, because the Bible does paint some really good word pictures, right? You can imagine the scene, right? And sometimes there's little details that really don't. I asked the question about the tongue or the spit. And it doesn't really matter. It's not really relevant to the fact that Jesus touched this man and healed him.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
could speak. He could hear. Right.
He was the healer, not the spitter.
Exactly. Exactly. So but being able to, kind of. So I'm thinking there's this big crowd, and Jesus is like, "Come over here for a second. Let's step over here, get out of the way." Maybe it was a crowded street or something. You never know. But I just like playing those, scenes out and imagining being there and trying to put a perspective on it as. Well, I mean, and you kind of help us paint those perspectives too by bringing up things like.
I forgot about that.
It wasn't quite that.
But it was close.
No, but like whenever there's a cultural difference where Jesus demonstrates something that's out of the mainstream for what a Jewish holy man wouldn't touch this person or talk to that woman or anything like that. Or and I think that what I love about the Gospels is that it demonstrates Jesus's love for people and that he does break that stereotype of that untouchable holy Jewish man kind of thing. So
you are definitely at the heart of the thing for sure. Those details. I mean, I think I'm. I do want to get it right, but you want to think about this for a minute because you also have to kind of say, why did he do any of it, right? So that's what I was talking about. It's like
you did.
And I thought, is this making more sense, than even.
No.
Does any of it make sense? I mean, he's boxing his ears.
There's there is some sense to it, and I know you get fully into all of that. I wish that I had. It's like this is a message that I could have spent another 15-20 minutes easily on what I was already talking about and what I still needed to talk about.
Well, we have that on the card, so.
Hey, we're still But yeah. I mean, the idea, he wasn't for a show, but there was something being demonstrated because he was doing it differently. Then he had done some other things that did communicate a few things. Now the guy, let's see, he was deaf and he had this garbled speech. And the whole idea, if that's you, I mean, you can't hear what's going on. So you're not sure what's happening.
That's true.
And so, Jesus doesn't come out and start doing, ASL.
There was no America.
There was no America.
America Sign Language.
Would have been Aramaics.
Aramaics.
And that makes me sad too, because I get to the Aramaic word. But anyhow, that small little passage just has sort of significant words that are used, word choices in the Gospel of Mark right there, that do have some significance. It doesn't immediately when we read it, and this is what I love about the Bible, you can read that story on face value and get it, right?
Yeah.
You might go, why did he do that? But you kind of get it. He cared about the guy, he healed him, he demonstrated some stuff, and so a simple pass, and you get it. It's like, I think I want to dig into that a little bit more. So you dig into a deeper layer of that, and you realize, oh, there's something even more here. Well, that's kind of cool. And then you can dig a little bit deeper and go, wow, okay, there's something significant going on, really significant here. Particularly as he's beginning this, when I was showing the kind of reference with this one word, the one I have the hardest time saying.
Oh, yeah.
Garbled tongue.
Garbled tongue, yeah.
And that he's in
He's in that Greek area. And there's the Greek translation of the Hebrew Bible, and that there were people who would have had some familiarity with that. And that's the word they would have, if they had read Isaiah in the Septuagint, right, they would have read it in Greek and would have read Magalela,
Yeah.
right? So in the gospel,
Tagline,
right here,
spell that.
Charlie Brown's teacher. But somebody now reading this Gospel of Mark, who is Greek, that's the word they would have seen as they were reading. Okay, so it would have made a quick connection. It's a subtle thing. It's not the most important thing,
Right.
but it's just another little thing that's saying Jesus is now. He's made a bit of a shift in what he's doing, and so first, right, these two stories right next to each other. First, he's talking to the lady who's the Syrophoenician woman, which, correct me if that's just like an extra ph in my word.
I think you said
Just But he tells, she says, heal my daughter, and he says, I'm here for the Jews first. And everybody thinks, oh, you're so mean. Well, not seconds later, but just in the next flow of thought, he's now shifted, and now everything is making the doors wide open to the Gentiles.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, and even in such an expressive way. I don't talk too much. What else, guys?
Yeah, to kind of go in with the Greek connection, there's a sense that because he does this in other areas too. He heals the woman that was bleeding as he's on the way to help somebody a girl who had died.
Yeah.
Right after he had healed a leper, so there's a lot of uncleanness there from a Jewish perspective, a lot of ritual uncleanness touching those things, and he does it anyway.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with this guy. He's probably Greek. That you don't
know for sure.
Yeah, but most likely
But it makes most sense.
It makes the most sense, and therefore he's unclean. And he's in the region of Tyre, so he's still around a bunch of Greek folks and whatnot, doing what he shouldn't be doing according to the Jews.
Right.
So and that's definitely he was doing exactly what the Jews should have been doing, but they forgot. Which is a ton of, because when you look at the Old Testament, you have go help the orphans, go help the widows, and help the non-resident aliens is how they actually. The ESV is often how it's put, and it's like they're supposed to be reaching out to these people, and instead they've. Oh, no, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, they really did miss this, and it's all throughout the Old Testament that Israel would be a light to the Gentiles.
Yeah.
That it's like, I will even sing a new song to you in the presence of the Gentiles. It's always about this idea. It's not because God loves Israel only.
Right.
He's chosen Israel to deliver this love to the whole world. And but yeah, exactly. It's amazing what's happening in those passages. I want to say this real fast. That another thing that's really amazing about that passage that we didn't quite get to, and I know we'll probably start with it the next time, right? So in what month is this?
Spoiler alert.
What year is this, Tracy?
This is 1913.
Where am I? 16. Oh no. It's interesting that the gospel writer added that Magalang word that someone reading the Gospel of Mark, who was a Gentile, might have picked up on. But then it's quoting Jesus, it quotes Jesus as saying something in Aramaic, which is a language that both Jews and Gentiles would have recognized as well. So you have both of these words being used that are both things. It's like, here's a nod to help you guys out a little bit, right? Let me shed a little light that you're not expelled from the kingdom. There's a crazy idea that now this truth and this relationship with God is literally now busting open for everyone. And it's shocking, really, as you look at it, even in that text. So that's just one little bit of it. And even the whole idea of be opened, this be opened. What a thing to say. There's, you guys have to wait till next time.
I have another question.
But it's
Because
cool.
we talk about Aramaic and Greek. was Aramaic the kind of the universal language in the region? So did Greeks understand Aramaic, or did people that spoke Aramaic understand Greek? So whenever Jesus was going around to these Greek cities, what
Koine Greek would have been more known. The Hebrew, then there would have been Hebrew, and then the Aramaic would have been kind of a bridge language.
between Hebrew and
It wasn't as commonly known as both of them just in that region, but it would have been kind of a. The Koine Greek is kind of like when you look at French these days, how it's spoken across like many different places through different colonial
And
situations.
kind of infused into English a little bit. Some words. I can't think of one right off the top of my head, but like you're laissez-faire.
Oh yeah. French would be kind of the Koine Greek of that world, but then English would be the Aramaic that kind of would bridge a lot of different areas too.
all right, that's cool.
So Morey was just adding to kind of raise the bar up a little bit. Toilette. He said.
Not gonna happen.
That's
I know y'all working on it, but
You're leaving me flushed yet.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Anyway, it's just fascinating to me. I mean, Bob, what? We're talking about potty training. We're talking about toilet spitting. What is going on here?
The toilet. I don't want to smell like a toilet.
right.
Anyway, what else, you guys? I'm kind of
It was a
wading
Lord's
into the
Supper.
deep water a little bit.
If we want to go that direction, Jesus groaning.
Yes, that was the other one. That was.
It was the passage of words. It's
I know. It's just great because and the word used was like the groanings of the world, right? Kind of thing. Or was it a sigh? Or was it
It was a deep groaning, right? Kind of.
Yeah. I didn't mention this. Some people have said it must be because this was a really tough healing. And so it really took a lot out of him.
Why? No. Wouldn't you think
Of
raising
course
the
not.
dead would
Yeah, exactly. This was not hard. He was not like, oh boy.
It's not like he's got a mandible that needs to reach in.
It's like, but I've seen that written. I mean, once again, it's some of the nonsense out there, but I was trying to communicate, and I was talking so fast, and I was running over my words. I always get frustrated in hindsight. I go, I don't think I communicated that very well. But it's sort of that idea, because it's a similar word used in other places, that maybe in that moment, Jesus was almost like, as he's looking up to heaven, he's in with the mess of the guy, and there's that kind of groaning between the sin and the delivery. It's like just like when he was getting ready to raise his friend Lazarus from the dead. Right, just moments before that, they go, okay, so Jesus, it's too late, Lazarus is dead. And then that short verse in the Bible, Jesus wept, right? And Jesus knew when Jesus wept that seconds later he was raising the guy from the dead.
Sure.
But he still wept. It's like we were talking about earlier, it's okay to have sadness because it's almost like Jesus just kind of engaged with the pain, engaged with the hurt, the lameness, the deafness, the inability to speak properly, and there's the agony of that in a way. It's sort of a deep connection of some kind.
So one word that pops up a lot with Jesus' ministry specifically is compassion. You see that all over the place. And the compassion, when you look at it in the Latin, it's with pain, and it's that sense that you're joining in pain into the pain, walking into the pain with somebody. So
This is Latin you're talking.
yeah, it's a little bit. It's a jump a few hundred years later, but
Compassion, K? Well, not big Latin.
Hey, that way. That's the only Latin I know.
Monday.
Compassion. Oh, that's Latin.
Well, anyway, we'll
et tu,
continue.
Brutus, what?
Tu brute, you mean? All right.
Yeah, we're
This is getting goofy. We're going along just like Sunday. So,
That compassion is because of the incredible love that God has for the world.
Yes, he does.
Man, I'm having a hard time with this. Somebody want to pull me out of this one?
You can do
It's
it.
John 3:16. Somebody want to quote it? I mean, I know it. Yeah, would you?
Yeah, right here.
All right, that's going to be the John 3:16. So, for God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, and whoever believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life.
Right.
Amazing.
Now, what are you going to do with it?
And then pray about it.
Pray about it.
Pray it again.
Pray about it.
Read it.
Pray some more.
Read it.
Read it again. And I agree. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, before we do wrap up this conversation, as much as we are late, I just want to say, Jake, just don't dominate the conversation so much.
I think I took it from you.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I do want to say that celebrating the Lord's Supper was very special.
Yes, it
Also,
was.
and
As always.
yeah, and it was good to do. Look what you've done for me.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know, but Thursday we had a choice between a couple of 3 songs,
We were voting.
and we were voting, and it was even on 2 different songs other than what we did. So the tiebreaker was to do.
Tiebreaker.
Good enough.
Well, I was happy to be the tiebreaker.
There you go.
So,
And it was a good one to do.
yeah, it worked great.
Although we will do the other songs too.
Of course we will.
Awesome.
Next time around. All right. Anything else about Sunday before the weekend before we wrap it up? He's like, don't stop talking. Stop talking. We gotta get out.
Actually tasted good. I was like, can I have seconds?
Look, I had an extra after the
Sounds like Corinthians. Wait a minute. What did that do?
But it tasted good.
How more? Give me more. No, get out of my way. It's my way.
For gluten-free, those things are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. They reflect what we need to do. They're not completely 100. I mean, they're not 100% like the unleavened. They are unleavened, of course.
That's all right.
But I think they have a little something on them. Maybe some salt or something. I'm not sure.
It tasted good.
Oh well. Anyhow, all right, guys. So I guess right here.
Yes.
Alrighty then. Every Sunday we get together at 10 a.m. and it's always online. If you go to Facebook, it's going to be Compass Church Colorado, and we'd love to have you as our guest this Sunday. You can discover more at compassdenver.com. All right, final words, guys.
Love you guys. Love everyone out there.
Likewise, don't forget about the Justice Run. If you have questions, email me at bob@compassdenver.com. And likewise,
Thanks, guys.
All right, excellent.
Peace, and I'm going to echo Bob on the Justice Run, except I'm going to say Justice Walk, because there's no dogs that'll be chasing me, so
The Justice Crawl.
the Justice Crawl. There may be at the end, it may be a crawl.
All right, well, grace and peace to you. That's all we have for tonight, and we are out.
You're going to put that in there, aren't you?